What is up, my bodyweight warriors? Welcome back to another day of eating, a video series where I take you through an entire day of clean eating and provide one recipe for you to try at home. And that's what we're starting off with today's episode with, because I'm going to be making some overnight protein oats, although it's not really overnight because I wanted to show it in the vlog. It's kind of overday oats. Either way, as long as you leave them for about 8 hours, they will taste pretty freaking good. Oats are pretty awesome, really good carb source, and the best thing is that by doing overnight oats, when you soak them, you actually get rid of a lot of the anti-nutrients, the phytates, actually makes them a lot more digestible. That being said, it's also just a really delicious post-workout. So I'm gonna make that now. I'll put a little video clip over, but the recipe will be in the description down below, posted onto my blog. So make sure you go check it out, give it a try. It's a really good recipe. In terms of protein that I'm using, I've got a vegan plant-based protein, not because I think it's better, simply because I like to mix it up. Usually I have whey, and I've also got some collagen as well, just to throw in, because it's good for your joints, good for your skin, and it contains some different amino acids which you wouldn't get in usual sources unless you're having like bone broth. Yeah, recipe down below. Pretty straightforward, this one. It's more just nice flavoring that you could try. Best way to start the day, although this is slightly less fun because it's decaf. Every like 4 to 5 weeks I do a caffeine deload. Basically I'll spend 5 days where I just have decaf coffee just to kind of reset adenosine receptors and reduce the like reliance on coffee. Although I haven't done one now for 2 to 3 months and I had the worst headaches. Now it's like day 4 and I feel pretty good. But if you do drink a lot of coffee, it is definitely worth having a break every month or so. So it is now like 12 o'clock. I've just fasted until now. I usually fast every single day. I kind of play it by hunger. I just haven't felt hungry this morning. Let's grab some breakfast/lunch. So breakfast/lunch is a warm salad, so there's some kale, carrot, onion, garlic sauteed in some butter, chucked with a cold chicken leg, avocado and some raw cheese on top. Also got a cup of chicken brain broth on the side for some extra protein. Also some of that collagen and stuff that I mentioned earlier. Pretty all-round solid meal. The macros will be quite high on this one because I forgot that I had like 20 grams of 90% dark chocolate earlier, which are then added on to this meal. So it is now 2:45, just been finishing up some client work and it is now time to go and train. Today I'm training full body, mainly legs, a little bit of back and then some shoulder rehab. So session done. As you can see, the rehab for the shoulder is going somewhat well. I can do push-ups now, kind of, which is more than I could do 2 weeks ago. So there's that. That doesn't mean that it is now time to grab those banana and peanut butter protein oat. And that is the final overnight protein: oats, banana, cinnamon, peanut butter, and then I threw some coconut and extra banana and some dark chocolate buttons on top for some crunch. Pretty freaking awesome and delicious. Definitely better with whey protein than vegan protein. It's a bit grainy. Delicious, simple, whole food, great post-workout. Check out the recipe down below. So, as I said, I wanted to answer what was happening in the comments on the last video in this video and kind of give you a little bit more of an informal way of talking through some nutrition. And by far, the most commented thing was to do with why high fat, low carb. That was by far the most common question. I thought I would answer it, and I'm going to answer it with two books. First is Metabolic Typing Diet. So this is a clinically based book, and it's based off years of working with patients basically, and he's brought it all down into the metabolic typing diet, which I am currently doing the certification of. And then Paul Chek, the man, the myth, legend, has his version, which is called Primal Pattern Diet. And if you don't know, I'm a qualified Chek exercise and holistic lifestyle coach. That is why I eat high fat, because my metabolic type is protein, which means high fat, lower carb, and higher protein. And that is what suits me personally. And I found that out through, first of all, experimentation. I've tried veganism. That was a fun time. Bodybuilding, high carb, I've tried this and I've tried that. And what has come out the most consistent to me, and what I've used now for the past 2 years, is this high fat, moderate to high protein, lower carb based on exercise approach. And it seems to work well for me. I can maintain a good level of body fat, 8 to 10% year round without any effort. I feel good, I have lots of energy, my recovery is good, etc. So that is what works for me, but it's important that you find out what works for you. So I'd recommend grabbing one of those books, either or. Obviously there's so much more in here than just the metabolic typing, but this deep dives a bit more and gives you more information. So I would definitely recommend checking these out if you are interested in finding what's going to work for you. But if you don't want to spend money, you can just find out. Nothing beats experimentation. Nothing beats that N=1 experiment to find out what works for you. Trust me, if you try to do something and it doesn't agree with you, you will know that it doesn't agree with you. You'll feel sluggish, you'll feel tired, you'll feel hungry, blah, 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 blah. So give it a try. Try out high fat, low carb, high protein. Try out high carb, low fat, low protein, veganism. The best thing you can do is drop your dogma and try and see how it feels.
Right. Water, oil.
And that is it, chaps. That was the final meal of the day. It was a Joe Wicks recipe, a cheesy chicken chorizo thing. I'll try and find a link to it if not, but it's a really good, easy, lower carb recipe, a little bit of rice in there as well. Have no idea what the macros are for that one. I would just be guessing, but I would say they're probably about what is on screen now. All in all for the day, again, I don't really know because there's a little bit of a guesstimate at the end. Pretty much bang on what I would go for. Those carbs post-workout, a little bit higher carb on those training days compared to the first vlog. But that is basically the day done. If you want to grab the protein oats recipe, it is linked in the description down below, along with anything else I talked about in this video today. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button, support the channel, leave a comment for the next topic to address in the day of eating. If you want me to answer your question, leave it down below. But that is it for this week, guys. Have a strong and healthy week. Peace.